Hello guys, today I'm going to talk about Beaplays' apology. First, let's read this crap. I'm going to be summarizing it because who wants to read all of this? She basically just blames everything on her mental health/depression. TLDR. This is a public apology for my past behavior, especially for an inappropriate relationship I had when I was 19. I was struggling with my mental health at the time and made some huge mistakes. I've been in therapy for the past 3 years, and I'm working to become a better person. I'm taking full responsibility for my actions, and I'm not looking for forgiveness. I also plan to make another statement soon about the dress to impress situation, as I feel my name is being used to cover up their mistakes. I am truly sorry for the hurt I caused, and am trying to be the person my friends and family deserve. The fact that she's not really taking accountability, but instead blaming her depression for it, though. How are you 19 and don't know whether or not to say appropriate or inappropriate stuff to a child? You should know better. You choose to do that. Gross. No mental health issues change that. Then she's trying to shift the blame to the DTI team instead of taking full accountability for her actions. She clearly thought her actions were fine beforehand, hence why she never apologized for any of her mistakes until she was called out over and over again. Logan speaking out. I honestly only believe you are apologizing because you and got caught. You are simply trying to soften the blow of things. You are making it sound like you were 19 when we met. You were 20 and I was 16. At the start of our friend group, the youngest person was 14. Most of us were 16 to 20s. This friend at the time didn't even know me. I was just a viewer who liked your content and was in your Discord. You helped me make content. I was not creating content before I joined the group. Our group was definitely toxic at times, but most of the time it was because you would start fights over me, or any time I gave my attention to someone who wasn't you. How can you try to justify why you were helping me? I lived in a bad environment? Yes, I was unhappy sometimes, but I had normal teenage arguments with my family that you would blow out of proportion to give me more reason to come live with you. Should we talk about all the personal stuff that happened to you in your home? You have absolutely no right to bring up my situation. You are over-exaggerating my situation just to benefit you. You sent me an old microphone you had after already telling another friend you were going to send it to them. All that support for my $2,000 laptop was because you bought content off of me. Within months of us knowing each other, the plans were already being talked about for me to stay over there with you. You are making it sound like we just planned this when we were adults. You were dramatic about everything, and that's why your mom was worried. We spoke a few times, and it was just the basic, "Hi, how are you?" You played Overwatch with my friend and I. We didn't even use voice chat. We literally just hopped into a party. I was still trying to keep the peace at that time. How can you just talk about the UK situation in one sentence? I wrote paragraphs about most of the things that happened while I was over there. Why are you not talking about any of that? This happened in 2019. This was only about us dating, which again, we never dated. They never investigated anything else, and not to mention half of the didn't even happen yet. You are making this seem like there was a full investigation about everything between us. All this charity and supporting smaller creators will never make up for the things you did to me and the others you've hurt. Obviously, I'm absolutely pissed right now. That entire statement was straight up bull. To me, you did not actually take accountability for anything. It's crazy to me that you are basically blaming your mental illness for the stuff you did to me. It's been almost a month, and this is all you have to say? Went public after being private, but kept your comments off? When I confronted you in 2022 on Instagram, this is exactly how you responded. I mean this in the best way possible, but you need to stay in therapy because clearly you need to do some more self-reflection. You were an awful person, and you still are an awful person. Stop blaming your mental illness and actually take accountability for all of the things you did to me and others. I could share much more about the things you did to me. I'm not sharing it here though, because I recognize that most of the people in these communities are young. They do not need to be exposed to that kind of trauma.